Today we'll talk about one of the lies we often hear about money, that money is freedom, and 5 tips to help you discover more lies and stories that you tell yourself about money. Shifting this will help you to get free around money, work and life. This practice of discovering money projections is surprisingly easy. They can be worked on. I found it easier to work with when someone else could listen and help me to discover those shadows or those sort of spots that I can't see very well. But once you get acquainted with the process, it's easy to do it yourself. It can be a little uncomfortable work in the beginning, but it's well worth it to persist. These false ideas about money or ourselves are so deeply embedded in our identity about ourselves. So why work on it? Because these stories, these beliefs, these projections are very powerful unconscious drivers in our relationship with money, and working through them gives you much more flexibility to be how you want to be with money rather than a reflexive or a preconditioned response. Hi, welcome to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Cleona, a financial advisor in the UK. So I talk to people about money a lot, and I enjoy sharing content about being free and clear with money and life. Money is freedom. That was a pretty solid belief I had around money for so many years. So I chased after money to some degree because I wanted more freedom. Who doesn't want to be free? I was a bit of a workaholic in my 20s and 30s because one day, if I worked hard now, then I would have enough money to have enough freedom someday in the future. Can you see what is wrong with this picture? Like many people working hard, I forgot to look at what my money was doing, whether I was investing appropriately or saving wisely or spending wisely, etc. I had no time for that. My present experience was often that of not feeling free, feeling stuck, feeling anxious and contracted around money, and not so relaxed when I thought about work or money. The good news is it can be shifted, and I'll share with you the process of how I came to adopt new beliefs that give me more flexible ways of being with money and life. We've all heard stories of lottery winners who have this magical win and then lose it all. Many examples of millionaires who don't seem free at all, although they have Bentleys and chauffeurs and flaunt their private jets on Instagram. I'm not saying that money is bad or good. I'm just saying get curious about what you believe money is and be open to challenging those stories gently. Our money issues are deeply embedded within us because of the conditioning we receive. Society, parents, religion, peer group, Netflix, TikTok, so many. Whatever the influences may have been, at a very young age, we can absorb these unhelpful stories or beliefs about money, or develop projections or ideas about money. And if you want to look at your relationship with money, it's like an onion. You can keep peeling layers. And I don't know if that onion is ever fully peeled because I keep discovering new areas where I can work on. So I think one can keep learning and keep finding more lies or more stories one tells about money and unravel them. And you can also choose to tell lies about money and experiment to see if they give you more flexibility. They're not bad lies. They are called benevolent lies, lies for a good purpose. So what are all these projections about money really about? And why is it so easy to project onto money? Because money is so abstract, it is a really good recipient for our unconscious projections. Nowadays, you can go to a store and swipe a credit card and you don't even see the money. And when you look at your bank account, it's just numbers on a screen. It can feel very abstract when you deal with money. And that's why it's easy to make it mean whatever you want it to be. And these principles that I'm talking about, the source of these principles is Peter Koenig, who wrote a book called 30 Lies About Money. Because money is freedom is one of the lies according to this book. And when I read this book, I had a kind of an aha, like Oprah Winfrey kind of moment. I won't sing, although I'm tempted to, because I think it'll make people very quickly exit this video. What I realized on reading this book is that freedom is experienced now, in the moment. Anyone can experience freedom and money has nothing to do with it. In the book, Peter says, people who design their lives to earn lots of money for the attainment of future freedom and choice and continue doing this forever are never free. Freedom is a state of present, not future existence. It's available to everyone at any and every moment, in any circumstances, with or without money. If your issue is freedom, if you believe that with money you will ultimately be free, read this over and over till the message this section contains has sunk in. You are free now or not at all. So how to discover where you are stuck or where there are unhelpful stories? A good place to start is to ask yourself, what is money for you? Notice if you are feeling more imbalanced or more prone towards the positive attributes, and so in which case you will be chasing after money to get more of those positive attributes. Or notice if you have negative associations with money, like money is evil, or money causes wars, or money causes conflicts in my family, in which case unconsciously you might be pushing it away and be really committed unconsciously to a story where you don't want to have money. Or it could be a sort of a washing machine, confusing approach where you pull money in and then you push it away, you pull it in and push it away. A general sort of confusion and some sabotage with money. So if you think money is security and you really want to be secure, you would find yourself running after money. If you think money is bad or evil, then you might be unconsciously pushing it away. Another way to discover where there are places where you can work on is to watch your emotional reactions and watch where you get triggered by others. What qualities in others trigger you? Is it greediness? Is it selfishness? Is it lack of gratitude? Is it being lazy? Is it just taking so easily and not having to work hard? What triggers you about other people? And that's a really good place to look for qualities from which you have disassociated from, and where you say, well, that's not me, I'm not greedy. As Carl Jung says, everything that irritates us about others can lead us to a better understanding of ourselves. So get to know those parts that you don't like and see if you can accept it and include it as part of your wholeness. So if you get very triggered by ungrateful people, then see if you can accept your own lack of gratefulness. And it's an area to get more curious for you. A playful curiosity. What's that emotional charge I have for greedy people or unconscious people or selfish people or ungrateful people? See if you can embody the traits that you are pushing away, because you need both sides. You need the greedy side and the opposite, whatever the opposite is for you. For me, the word is ethical, or feeling secure and insecurity. Also, if you're pushing away the greedy part, experiment with saying, I am greedy and it's okay, or I am greedy and I love it. And then you have to remember to do the opposite, which is whatever the opposite of that word is for you. Secure, insecure, greedy, ethical, whatever it may be for you. For me, I said I'm ethical with and without money. And because the issue was linked to pricing for me, I also further affirmed, the workshop leader Tim Malnick encouraged me to affirm, I'm ethical when I charge £10 an hour, and I'm ethical when I charge £1,000 per hour. How ethical I am has nothing to do with money. It's a bit like I'm free with and without money. The freedom that I experience now has nothing to do with money. And there was quite a huge sense of relief when I said it, and a real aha, because it was true for me that my being ethical had nothing to do with money. So start to notice some beliefs that you have, like money is freedom, and the subtext of that belief, which is, in order to have more freedom, I need to earn X, or I can't have freedom until I have X in the bank. If you feel a resistance, some tightness, some contraction in the body, some sensation somewhere between the neck and the groin area, sometimes quite strong, it's okay. It's a good sign. Don't push the resistance away. In other words, don't resist the resistance, just be with it gently, and you will notice that it melts away. And lastly, if you can attend a money workshop, nothing like it. You can learn a lot from this video, and I'll link a blog on Medium by Charles Davies which explains the process very, very well. But there's only so much that you can get from reading a book or watching a video. When you experience this work in a group setting and you experience resonance, and sometimes you get really triggered by other people's projections, or you are completely numb and you notice that as an emotional reaction that needs work too, It's quite valuable. So do some group work if you can. Look up Peter Koenig's website. I've been to a lot of workshops by Tim Malnick. I would recommend finding somebody with whom you resonate with and then exploring work, or find somebody who does identity work or shadow work and go to those workshops. Money work requires you to take a look at inner work and be more self-aware. I hope that helped. Now do the work, and thanks for watching.